the other fellas that wanted to come, like Stone Cold and The Rock or Goldberg, those guys had all said, had said, I'm coming to watch you, good luck. And this guy shows up every time that I seem to lose, so I'm like, he's like my black cloud, so I don't know. And we've got some history that I worked with him, but I don't really care for him.
Okay. So, when you thought it over, I mean, obviously you've said many times that your family's the most important to you and you don't want to, that's why you don't even go away to train. So, I mean, obviously it's going to be a tough decision to come here and be, 6 weeks away from your family.
No, my family is here. I don't go anywhere without my family.
Make it a little bit easier for you then. Okay.
And it's 30 below zero in Alexandria right now. I had had enough of ice fishing and trouncing around in the snow, and for sure my wife had enough too. So, Dana did all the right things for us to be here, and Spike, they, is Las Vegas a place that I'd want to be? Probably, no. There's other warmer places that I can think of, but it's not painful. At least it hasn't been yet. Talk to me in 5 weeks, but right now it's pretty accommodating.
There's a lot of good restaurants here.
We'll check them out.
What do you feel good about the fact that Dana had enough confidence in you as an athlete to come in here? You haven't been in the sport very long, and to be now a coach and coaching aspiring fighters, I mean, that shows a certain level of confidence in you, does it? Or do you think it was just he picked you just for the ratings power you brought?
I don't. You guys can sit and discredit. I mean, there's a lot of people out there enough to discredit me, but I've got just as many fights as junior. I mean, in my mind, I've been competing in my whole life. I got a great coaching staff, guys that have been coaching top fighters, top wrestlers. Marty Morgan, 16-year veteran at the University of Minnesota, national championship teams. Luke Richardson, Eric Paulson, Greg Nelson, Comprito. These guys, I think we're well capable of coaching, underqualified guys to become the next Ultimate Fighter. Mm-hmm. I would have to believe. I got faith in my people. Mm-hmm. I got enough faith in my people that these guys made me a champion. Mm-hmm. Why can't we make, these young, eager kids, successful? I think we can.
Well, I wasn't suggesting you couldn't. I was just making the point that you're still, only been in MMA a couple of years yourself, and so the fact that it seems like it's pretty successful.
I've been a UFC heavyweight champion, though.
I agree.
So what more qualifications do you need?
And I guess that's what I'm getting at, Brock. I'm saying that young in your career, you've accomplished that much, and now they're also asking you to do something like this, which normally goes to.
I never thought I'd ever be down here to do this. It's kind of refreshing. For me, this is about. I've got one thing in mind for this whole thing. It's to help these kids, to improve their lives. But more importantly, it's for me to be able to get down here and train. It's an opportunity for me to get my title back sooner than later. Where when I beat DeSantos, then I get a rematch with Velasquez and I get my fucking belt back. Mm-hmm. I'm looking at this. That's the way I'm looking at this.
We didn't get a chance to talk to you after the fight that night. When you look back on it, where do you think you came up short in that fight? What did you need to do, change to defeat him?
I got knocked on Queer Street somewhere in there. I haven't watched the fight even. We'll go back, and when the time is right, we'll analyze where it went wrong, and somewhere along the way there, when you're fighting in the level that we're fighting. Cain Velasquez is a professional athlete. I'm a professional athlete. We're at the pinnacle of the sport. It's a matter of inches. Mm-hmm. It's like the NFL season. These guys get to go out in 16 games a year, but it's a matter of somebody missing a block and the ball's gone and they're ahead by 2 touchdowns. And it's a game of inches. We got to sit down and figure out to widen that gap and to and we will. I've been successful, it's a loss. I hate to lose, but I'll get better at it. I'll get better. So climb my way back like I always do.
You mentioned the Benjamins got involved and then the goals of getting better as a fighter, but are you at least excited to be a coach on kind of the other side?
I
Talk
am.
about that.
I mean, it's kind of, yesterday was pretty cool, being here and getting to pick our teams and yeah, it's kind of like being back in the wrestling room again. We got these kids are young and eager and they're just like the eyeballs are this big and like they just want to. They're excited to be there, and the atmosphere is good.
You talked about the great staff that you have to help you out, but what about you personally? What do you think the biggest attributes that you can help these kids are with?
Well, I think they can look at me, and the short amount of time that I've been in the sport to get successful, and I think that I can rub them off. I've got a lot of things to teach them. I mean, I've learned a lot of things. I've been a human sponge since I got into this sport. I've tried to evolve and tried to better myself, and we're gonna approach these. We're gonna train the guys to exactly how I would train for my training camps. We're gonna evaluate their fights. We're gonna try to make these guys more. At the end of the day, win. We want to win. We want to take this. We want to win this thing, and that's our goal.
Is it challenging for you at all coaching smaller guys and the fact that you're always known for your size and your power and your speed, that maybe you have to teach a little bit differently because they're in a smaller weight class?
I was a 170 pounder at one time. I don't move like I move because I was always a big guy. From my freshman year all the way up to even my first years of college, I was a 220 pound guy. Until I hit, I grew 3 inches taller and it finally hit puberty, I guess. I don't know what the hell, so I just kept plugging away. I can teach these guys, I've got the staff. I'm not going to be able to get in there and pound at these guys, and I don't know what coaches that actually even have done that before, a couple times, but obviously, these guys, I would have to say that the kids that we're coaching don't have a quarter of the background that myself or my coaching staff has. So if we can't teach these kids something, then there's really something wrong.
It's still real early in the process, but do you feel like this is a competition against junior, or are you more focused on just helping these guys improve than winning it for yourself?
Yeah, this is all, window dressing bullshit. I mean, I'm here to train. I'm here to get these guys better. Junior DeSantos is a roadblock, in my way for me getting my title back, and that's it. I ain't got no beef against Junior. I don't have nothing. He's a nice kid. He's in my way, and I'm gonna do what I can to get him out of the way. I'm not here to stir any shit up. I don't need to do that.
Is it an opportunity though to maybe get inside his head a little bit, or at least feel him out, or do you feel like that's not even a part of this?
I don't play mind. I ain't a mind fucker. I'm an ass kicker. That's what I try to be, and that's it. If I can't do that, then I'm not too much into mind games.
You talked a little bit about the Benjamins, and you said the fact that you're going to appear for however many weeks on free television, you think back to Muhammad Ali, that's how he got so big, by being on TV. Do you think that ultimately, in the end, this can make you even a bigger pay-per-view attraction than you've been by exposing yourself to more people than maybe haven't seen your brand before?
Well, yeah, I would think so. I think that's, this is business at the end of the day. I mean, I'm sure you guys are getting paid to be here, and if you weren't, you probably wouldn't be here. So we're all here on business. And Dana White has understood the business, and I definitely understand the business. And at the end of the day, me, my ugly face on Spike TV, and people getting to see Junior DeSantos, I'm sure there's going to be, at the end of the day, we're going to have a good pay-per-view buy.
That's also something good for the sport, because the attention that you'll bring would, obviously do something for the sport of MMA as well. So it must be a nice feeling to be able to.
I love the sport. I do. I would not be here if I didn't enjoy this. I could definitely do something else with my life. Mm-hmm. I've got a lot of opportunities, but for the time being, this is who I am, and this is what I want to do. And yeah, if I'm here to reach new households for the sport, I think it's a good thing.